This here is my Keytar. This glorious hunk of mess. I tried to make it before I really had the mill, before I knew what I was doing, before I knew how to make glass circuit boards, but I knew I wanted to make a clear Keytar. Perfectly clear Keytar, and that was my goal, and I was dead set and I was going to go do it. And this is how I was going to do it. I had a plan, I was going to go forward, I was going to just make this thing happen. But it never did happen. It's funny, when I first started, people said, oh, well, you can't make glass circuit boards because the coefficient of expansion between the copper and glass is such that when you heat it up, it'll just crack. Well, they're right. If you go look it up, the coefficient of expansion would be such that, this probably shouldn't work. But it did. There's this reflection that people have in their heads of how the world around them works, and it's wrong. And in my head, I have an understanding as to how things will fit together, how things can work, and that too is wrong. But the way that I learn how to fix that and how to grow it and how to make it reflect reality isn't just by reading, isn't just by watching, but it's by doing, by trying, by failing. People have a ton of anxiety about failure, a ton of anxiety about breaking things. People always say, like, measure twice, cut once. But when we live in this post-scarcity world here, and I say post-scarcity, I really mean specifically to do with the electronics. Look at this. Look at all those electronics. We live in this world where you can just go to eBay and buy development kits for like $5. So who cares if you blow it up? Who cares if you fail? Who cares if you never even get to it? It's fine. Just try to give it a shot. So it is a little bit painful, I suppose, because like my friend Panko spent all of this effort making this absolutely gorgeous triangle bit for the front of the Keytar, where if you touch the buttons, they would make different sounds. And my friend Kelsey made this amazing scarab design for the circuit board. And, I mean, it is annoying that she'll never get to see what I had in my head for what this thing could be. But at least you guys get to see it now. And my friend Sarah, too, for her effort on this bit here that goes on the handle of the Keytar, which is since broken off. And it's kind of a whammy bar sort of thing going on. Let's see if I can get that in focus. She's putting all that effort, somebody should at least see it a little bit. At any rate, there's this reflection in our minds about what the world is, and we need to learn to fail faster. Jerry Ellsworth did a whole video on failing faster, and it really is important. It's important to learn how to move quickly, to just keep iterating through, learning, failing, just again and again and again. Just learning to do these things. Because if you learn to fail quickly, you're going to eventually learn to succeed quickly. And that's a heck of a lot better. But again, this was a failure, so you might be saying, well, that's so sad, look at this sad Keytar. But it's really not. It's really positive. Because instead of getting this Keytar, I learned how to do so many more things. I learned how to print flexible flat circuit boards at home. I learned how to print silicone circuit boards at home. Like, look at that. I knew I needed some way of getting the heat away from these LEDs. Now, granted, if I did this again today, I would do it in a totally different way. But really, that's okay. I don't need the Keytar. So I'd always been pursuing like what I thought I wanted, what I thought that I was going to need, what I thought was best for me. When in reality, what I really should have been doing is just trying, and seeing where reality would take me. There was a quote that was said by an Orthodox monk that was something to the effect of, any god who cannot continually blow my mind is no god worth worshipping. And I never really thought about that much, because like, I was like, oh yeah, it's neat, ha. But really, when you do go out there and you let your mind be blown, when you experiment, when you try things, when you change it so that this picture in your head of what you think reality is, when you just give that up, and be willing to learn, well, you can learn some amazing things, including some things people have never known before. So that's what I urge for you guys to do. I may have gotten no Keytar whatsoever, but I did get an audience. I got 20,000 of you guys. And that's really a lot cooler than what I think a single Keytar could have been. So go out there, guys. Try. Try. Buy just a little bit. Learn. Just start doing things. Who cares if it's right? Who cares if it's wrong? What matters is that you're going to start an adventure and who knows where it's gonna lead. Thanks, guys.